Hey Broncos fans, welcome to Broncos News Now, your channel for everything Denver Broncos. Before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any hot NFL news. The Broncos are reportedly causing a storm behind the scenes, as whispers around the league suggest that the organization is demanding a full investigation into what many insiders are calling a controversial officiating decision in their recent matchup against the Raiders. Sources close to the team have hinted that this isn't just a minor complaint, but a full-scale push to ensure that the league examines the circumstances thoroughly. Rumors suggest that the Broncos feel an injustice occurred on a play that could have dramatically shifted momentum, and this has sparked an intense debate among fans, analysts, and even former players who are now vocal on social media. The atmosphere around the team is reportedly charged, with coaches and key figures pushing for transparency and accountability. Some believe that if the league responds to this pressure, it could set a precedent for how officiating mistakes are handled moving forward, potentially altering the way controversial calls are reviewed across the NFL. The intensity of the situation has only fueled speculation that this could impact the team's approach to future games, both in preparation and strategy, as the Broncos aim to assert that every call on the field must be scrutinized carefully. Industry insiders are closely watching how league officials will react, with the understanding that the Broncos' influence and reputation may give weight to their demands, adding another layer of intrigue to this already volatile scenario. Behind the scenes, whispers from locker rooms and practice facilities suggest that players themselves are feeling the ripple effects of this controversy. Some insiders claim that discussions about the supposed officiating error are dominating meetings, with key veterans reportedly voicing frustration over perceived inconsistencies in how rules are enforced. Rumors hint at a growing sense of urgency among team leadership to address these concerns publicly or risk internal morale suffering. Analysts have started dissecting footage obsessively, debating whether the call was a simple oversight or a pivotal error that warrants corrective action. Social media chatter is heating up as well, with hashtags and discussions spreading rapidly, suggesting that fans are picking up on the Broncos' narrative and amplifying it. The conversation is not only about a single game, but about the broader integrity of competition, which many believe is at stake. Speculative commentary suggests that if the league ignores this, it could embolden teams to question officiating decisions more aggressively in the future, potentially creating a culture where every close call is contested off the field. Meanwhile, the Broncos front office is reportedly consulting with former referees and legal advisors, which fuels speculation that they're preparing a detailed formal appeal, signaling that this controversy may extend far beyond casual commentary and into the higher echelons of league governance. Reports from within the organization indicate that this is more than just a reactive measure. Sources suggest that the Broncos are aiming to make a statement about accountability and fairness. Industry insiders hint that meetings have been held behind closed doors, involving key executives, coaching staff, and even prominent players, to formulate a strategy that balances public pressure with tactical discretion. Some rumors even suggest that the team is considering an array of unprecedented actions if their demands are not met, potentially reshaping how the league addresses similar situations in the future. Pundits have begun speculating about the potential ripple effects this could have on the Raiders, the officiating community, and even broadcast narratives, as every action taken by the Broncos seems to be under intense scrutiny. Meanwhile, the energy among fans is palpable as forums and social platforms buzz with debates, opinions, and conspiracy theories, feeding the sense that this incident may be a turning point in how controversies are perceived in sport. The intrigue surrounding this issue has reportedly galvanized the Broncos internally, creating a sense of unity under shared frustration and purpose, as insiders believe that the team is determined to protect its reputation and ensure that future competitions are conducted with the highest standards of fairness. Analysts note that while the specifics of the disputed call remain the subject of heated debate, the very fact that the Broncos are pressing so firmly could have long-term implications for officiating policies and league procedures, making this more than just a single-game controversy, but a potential catalyst for systemic review. Adding to the frenzy, rumors suggest that league officials are already quietly discussing the situation, with some anonymous sources claiming that initial internal reviews may have uncovered inconsistencies that were not initially obvious. Speculation is rife that the Broncos' push could inspire other teams to question refereeing decisions more openly, potentially changing the dynamics of power between teams and the officiating body. Industry insiders suggest that there is a delicate balance at play, as the league must maintain credibility while also addressing legitimate concerns, and how they respond to the Broncos could influence future interactions and expectations. Meanwhile, commentators are suggesting that this controversy could shape narratives for the rest of the season, as every subsequent game involving the Broncos and Raiders is likely to be viewed through the lens of this officiating dispute. Social media chatter continues to escalate, with fans analyzing replay angles frame by frame, debating the fairness of the call and expressing solidarity with the team's demand for justice. Some rumors hint that the Broncos may use media pressure strategically, leveraging public sentiment to push for an official review that could impact not only this situation but broader policy decisions. The tension has also sparked discussions about the role of technology, replay systems, and referee training, as everyone from former players to analysts weighs in, creating a complex web of speculation that keeps the league buzzing and fans on edge. Sources close to the team suggest that even within the Broncos front office, there is a strategic element to the demands for an investigation. Some insiders hint that executives are keenly aware of the optics, understanding that a proactive stance could enhance the team's image as champions of fairness and competitive integrity. Rumors also suggest that this move might serve as a subtle signal to other teams, indicating that the Broncos are willing to fight for accountability in ways that may influence league-wide policies. Meanwhile, social media speculation continues to run rampant, with debates ranging from technical rule interpretations to dramatic narratives about perceived injustices. Analysts are reportedly poring over every available angle, weighing the potential outcomes if the league responds favorably or dismissively. The narrative continues to unfold, with whispers suggesting that the Broncos' insistence on accountability is resonating beyond the immediate parties involved. Industry insiders claim that former players, analysts, and even commentators are weighing in, creating a groundswell of public opinion that could influence league decision-making. Speculation abounds about how this might shape future interactions between teams and referees, with some suggesting that it could herald a more transparent era of officiating scrutiny. Rumors hint that the Broncos are not only focused on correcting what they perceive as a past wrong, but also on establishing a precedent that may benefit the league's integrity in the long term. Discussions in fan communities suggest that every upcoming matchup will be examined more critically, with heightened attention to officiating consistency, replay accuracy, and decision-making transparency. The intrigue surrounding this situation has also created a cultural ripple within the league, as teams, officials, and media personalities navigate a landscape now charged with the specter of controversy and accountability. Analysts speculate that the Broncos' actions may redefine the boundaries of acceptable protest within professional sports, transforming a single disputed call into a story with implications far beyond the field, resonating throughout the NFL in ways that may last well beyond the current season. The Broncos' push for an official investigation has reportedly sent shockwaves through league circles, with rumors suggesting that even teams not directly involved are paying attention to the unfolding drama. Sources close to the league claim that whispers in executive offices and among refereeing committees indicate a growing awareness that the Broncos' demands might challenge the status quo. Some insiders hint that this situation could influence how future officiating controversies are managed, potentially creating new protocols for reviewing high-stakes plays. Fans and analysts alike are dissecting every angle, from replay technology limitations to potential human error, and speculation is rampant about whether this will lead to broader reforms. The intensity of the debate seems to energize the Broncos internally, as players and coaches reportedly rally around a shared mission to assert fairness and precision in how games are officiated. Even media narratives are beginning to shift, focusing not just on the single incident, but on the implications for the league's credibility. Rumors suggest that if the league acts in response to this pressure, it could alter the relationship between teams, referees, and the administration, signaling a new era of accountability where no controversial call goes unchecked. The Broncos' insistence on scrutiny has, according to sources, created a ripple effect, with speculation that other teams might now be emboldened to voice their own concerns, potentially reshaping the landscape of competition and trust in officiating decisions across the NFL. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk Broncos. And don't forget to hit the bell to get all the latest NFL updates. Inside sources reveal that the locker room atmosphere has reportedly transformed in response to the controversy, with players feeling both frustration and determination. Rumors indicate that team meetings have become arenas for heated debate, as veterans and younger players alike express strong opinions about what they perceive as a pivotal injustice. Analysts suggest that the mental impact of this situation may influence how the Broncos approach future matchups, as discussions about fairness, preparation, and momentum dominate strategic planning. Social media speculation is also fueling the fire, with fan communities dissecting the play frame by frame, generating theories and narratives that only amplify the controversy. Some insiders hint that this situation has given the Broncos a psychological edge, motivating players to perform at a higher level to validate their stance publicly. Meanwhile, pundits speculate about potential ripple effects, suggesting that the Raiders may feel indirect pressure as the Broncos' narrative shapes perceptions among referees, commentators, and audiences. Behind the scenes, front office executives are reportedly coordinating messaging with media outlets, carefully crafting a public image that emphasizes integrity, resilience, and a commitment to fairness, adding layers to the speculation about how far this controversy could extend. The combination of internal focus, fan engagement, and strategic communication has created a charged environment that insiders claim may affect more than just the outcome of a single game, potentially influencing league-wide policy discussions and officiating standards for seasons to come. Whispers from league insiders suggest that the Broncos' demands may force the NFL into a delicate balancing act, where officials must respond without undermining their authority. Some sources claim that discussions are underway about potential procedural changes, aimed at preventing similar controversies in the future, and speculation is rampant about whether technology or stricter review policies could be implemented. Analysts highlight that the Broncos' visibility and influence make their actions particularly potent, potentially encouraging other teams to challenge calls more assertively. And this has sparked debates among commentators and former players about fairness, precedent, and competitive integrity. Rumors suggest that the league may even consider adjustments to officiating training programs, evaluating whether subjective judgment calls could be minimized through stricter guidelines or expanded replay interventions. Fans are reportedly divided, with some praising the Broncos for standing up for what they perceive as justice, while others question the implications for game flow and referee autonomy. Insider speculation points to a behind-the-scenes tug-of-war, as league executives weigh the consequences of granting a formal investigation against the risk of setting a precedent that could invite further disputes. Meanwhile, media outlets continue to fuel the narrative, dissecting every detail, amplifying speculation, and keeping the conversation alive in ways that insiders claim may exert subtle pressure on decision-makers, ensuring that the Broncos' concerns remain at the forefront of league discussions and public attention. Reports from practice facilities indicate that coaches are reportedly integrating the controversy into their motivational strategies, using it to galvanize players and sharpen focus. Rumors suggest that film sessions have become a mix of technical review and psychological reinforcement, emphasizing accountability and resilience in response to perceived injustices. Industry insiders speculate that this approach may influence on-field performance, as players internalize a narrative of being wrong yet determined to assert control over future outcomes. Social media chatter continues to escalate as fans dissect the incident, debate interpretations, and speculate about league responses, feeding a feedback loop that insiders suggest could influence the league's decision-making process. Pundits highlight that the Broncos' strategy appears multi-layered, combining internal morale building, external pressure, and careful media management to maximize impact. Some insiders hint that this situation could redefine team league dynamics, suggesting that proactive, high-profile advocacy for fairness might become a strategic tool for other franchises. Analysts also note that the focus on a single controversial call could shift the narrative of subsequent matchups, as every game involving the Broncos and Raiders may now be scrutinized under a magnifying glass, adding layers of anticipation, tension, and speculation. The combination of strategic messaging, fan engagement, and internal motivation appears to have created a complex ecosystem, where the Broncos' actions reverberate far beyond the field, making this rumor-fueled controversy a story with ongoing narrative momentum and long-lasting implications. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, give us a like and share with other Broncos fans. And of course, make sure to subscribe to Broncos News Now to stay on top of all the NFL news and analysis.